All right, welcome back. I'm very excited to introduce you to this interesting project that we're going to build. This is a very custom project that we're going to build for our special use case, where we build a model right from the scratch. We build the model, we do all the data pre-processing, we do all the feature engineering and all of that. Okay, we build the model all the way to the end, right? All the way to the end, we save the model, we export it, then we deploy the model live. We're going to use PyCharm over here to do the deployment, and then we deploy it live in production like this, where users can interact with our app. And this is going to combine a lot of different skills. Okay, we're going to use machine learning skills, we're going to use data analysis skills, and then we're going to use web scraping skills. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of the app, and then you will see how it works. Okay, so over here, what we're trying to do is that we have brands of phones. Okay, so we have brands of phones, and this use case can be extended to anything at all. So it's kind of give you the foundation to build on top of it and unleash your creativity. So instead of brands of phones, you can use brands of laptops, or it could be different kinds of diseases or something like that. All right, so we have brands of phones, we have the model. So for instance, if someone selects, say, Apple, right, then it's going to give them an option to select the model. Okay, so we have different models over here, right? And they can select multiple. So for instance, they can select, say, Apple, and they can select, say, Samsung. Okay, and I mean multiple of them, right? They can select Apple, Samsung, and whatever. If you want to select all of them too, you can do that. And then you see that it's giving them an option to select the model. Select Samsung model or select Apple model. So for instance, let's say for the Apple, we select, say, iPhone 14 Pro, right? Or maybe Pro Max, whatever you want to select. And then for Samsung, let's say we select any of the Samsung, any of the Samsung brand over here, right? So let's select this one. Now, once we do that, now we see that we also have additional features for price prediction. So what we're trying to do is to be able to, base on the features that the user is going to select, to be able to predict the price of the model. Okay, whatever model that they have selected, we'll be able to predict it. So as I said, this can be generalized to any product at all, or it can be maybe disease, the type of disease, and then the features, you can base on those features to predict whether the person is having the disease or not, something like that. So it can be a standard to a whole lot of different scenarios. So over here, you can see the release year. We can select the release year, right? And you can select multiple release years as well, right? I'm just doing a sample so that I can demonstrate for you to see, right? And then we have, if you come here, the battery capacity. You can select, and then you see the RAM is over there, so you can select the RAM as well, and then you can select the storage. You can also select the camera resolution, and then you can select the processor. Okay, so whatever processor that you want, you can select, and you can select multiples of that. Now, once you do that, see what it's doing. It's going to show you the categories. It's going to plot the categories over here. It's going to give you the specification that you selected. So the Apple, you selected iPhone 14 Pro, the release year. All these are the specifications that you selected. Okay, and for Samsung, this is what you selected and the specifications. All right, as I said, you can add as many, and it's going to show you the brand and the model that you have selected. And then let me demonstrate this part to you. I'll also demonstrate this one to you as well. All right, so once you do that, now you can predict. See that we have the predict button over here. As soon as you click on this button, it's going to scrap the image automatically for you on the web. So you see that now it's scrubbing Samsung Galaxy is done now. If you come back here, you see that the image, we have the prediction, we have the brand, the model, the predicted price over there, and everything, the image. And then you see the price, see this one for the iPhone 14 Pro, and then for the Samsung. Okay, you see that. And then it's going to do comparative analysis for you. So for the iPhone 14, this is the highest price that we got, which is higher than the Samsung F55. Okay, these are the two brands, and then it's going to do summary statistics for you. So, I mean, there are a whole lot of features that you can add, right? And I mean, as I said, if you come over here, you can select multiple. So if I come here and I select multiple models, it's going to add them. Now you see the iPhone, I have two different models that I've selected. I can keep on adding maybe 15 Pro Max. and I'll see that it's there, right? 15 Pro Max is there, right? And then maybe let's see, I can do this. Now you see that it's there, right? All of the ones that you're selecting for the Samsung, I can also sell a different Samsung. I can do that different Samsung. And that's I am selecting is just adding them, so you can see how it is being added. And I mean, as I said, you can add different brands over here. So let's say OnePlus, and then maybe let's add Vivo, and then let's add Xiaomi. Now once you do that, you're not seeing it here because it's not selected model. So it's giving you an option down here. So automatically, once you select the brand, it's going to automatically allow you to be able to select the model. So for the OnePlus, let's say OnePlus 8 Pro, once we do that. Now, if you go here, you see that it's there, OnePlus. There's the brand that we selected, and it's also on the table, which we are going to base on that to make the prediction. You can also go here, select this one, right? And as soon as you do that, now I see that the Vivo is also there, right? And then you can select maybe that. And you see that it's also there, right? So you select two models of the Vivo. The OnePlus, we only have one brand there, one model there you can select. You can add as many as you want, right? Now, the more we add, the more it becomes even more interesting over there, right? And for the Xiaomi, you see that you don't see Xiaomi over there because we've not selected the model for it. Now, if we select that too, now I see that it's also there. You see that Xiaomi is also there, right? So it's very, very interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. And then it's plotting that, I mean, it's giving you this table, so which you can base on to make the prediction, right? Now, if I do prediction right now, it's going to scrap images for iPhone 14 Pro, images for iPhone 7 Plus, and then iPhone 15 Pro Max, then iPhone 13, then it'll go to Samsung, then it'll go to, I mean, OnePlus or something. Let me select one of them. So I'll be able to do the scripting for you to see as soon as possible. So I'm going to do this because it's going to do it for all of them, right? So I'm just going to make it simple so that I'll be able to demonstrate it for you to see as soon as possible as I am recording it. All right, so let's click on predict and you will see. Now it's starting with iPhone 15 Pro, right? Because that's what is there. That's what it starts with. iPhone 15 Pro, and it's scripting the image. Now it's going to Samsung. Once it's done with Samsung, it'll go to the next one. Now see that it's going to OnePlus, and it's scripting the images for you. It's going to Vivo automatically. You don't have to do anything. It's going to do it for you automatically. Okay, which is awesome, which is very, very awesome. All right, now it's done. Now, if you come back here, you see that it's there. It's done, it's doing the prediction. You see that the predicted price is there for all of them. Okay, you have the predicted price, you have the image URL, and then if you scroll down over here, you see that we have all of them over there. It's going to do the comparative analysis, and you will see how it is done for each of the categories. So it's Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 is the one that we predicted to have a highest price over here. Okay, and then it's going to do the summary statistics where you can even see the max. So if you want to see them, the max processing speed over here is 2.5. The minimum over here was also 2.5. But if you want to see the max battery capacity, for instance, the max is 4,000, right? The minimum is 4,000, right? I mean, in different scenarios, it could be different, right? The maximum price is 985, right? And the minimum price is 727. You can even add what product cost the minimum and what product cost the highest. You can also do that, right? All the analysis like that, right? Now, one thing that I'm doing right now is to be able to add a quality image or like HD image, because these images are not HD. All right, so that's what I'm adding. So by the time that you start working on it, I might have added that, right? So that's one thing that I'm doing. And then sometimes too, you will not get the image to be right like this, but if you rerun this code, let's go down. Let me do it again. I'm going to rerun the code. So it does the prediction again. You will see that it's going to get the images for you. Okay, I'm going to do the prediction again, and then you see that it's going to do it. So, I mean, automatically it's going to scrub the images for you and everything, right? For each of the models that you selected. Right, so it's done. Now, if you come back now, see that this time is getting all the images, right? And we can, as I said, we can optimize these images to be HD. Right, and even if you want, you can, if you come here, right, you can store all the images like I did over here. You can store all the images later on. When we go to the computer vision class, we will scrap images like this and then use it to build a model, right? The model will be able to identify these images as what kind of quantities or what kind of products it is or something like that, and then group them into categories and all that. We will see that in the computer vision class. So if you come over here too, right? So I've given you a general way of scrapping images online. So for instance, not just phone or anything, whatever that you want. Let's go to Amazon, right? And then let's say we want to scrap this image, right? So I can just give it as, maybe this is the name of the image, right? Let's go to our app. If we go back to our app and we'll put it over there and then we come here. This is the description. So I'm just going to copy this description like this. And then once I do that, I go to the app over here. I paste it over there and then I go to fetch custom image. If I click on that, now I see that it's automatically going to search for that for me. And once it does that, now it didn't get the suitable one, but do it again, it'll do it for you. Okay, now once it does that, you see that it's stripping the image for you. So you can do it for anything at all. Any image, get as much images as you want. Let's say we want to script image of a car or something like that. So let's say I want to do something like this. Let's say Range Rover, right? I mean, anything at all. So let's say this kind, right? So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to copy this one, right? And then if we go to our app, we can come here. So the brand is going to be Land Rover, right? Land Rover, something like that. And then the model is going to be this. The model is going to be this model. Then we can click on Fetch Custom Image. Now, if we do that, you see that it's going to Google to search it for us automatically. Right now, if we come back, you see that fetching the car image. Now, the image is not that clear, right? The image is not HD. When it comes here, it reduces the resolution. So that's one thing that I'm working on to add to this app, right? But you can see how robust and interesting this can be, right? You can keep on adding as much functionalities to the app as you want. Right, and then make it even more robust, right? Make it even more robust for your own use case. I'm going to walk you through step by step how we do it. I mean, over here, right, how we built this, everything. I'm going to walk you through step by step. And then we do it all together until I'm in the deployment part. Then after that, I've even given you, I've given you something that you can also do, some ideas that you can use, right? So let's get started by learning how to do this.